If you are stuck at your desk for long hours and your lower back is killing you, then this video is for you. You're probably doing your daily stretches, you're probably getting some short-term relief, but the pain always seems to come back. Now, why is that? Well, that's because you're not fixing the root cause. And in this video, we're gonna go over the 5 foundational fundamental movements that are proven to reduce your lower back pain. They're short, they're effective, and they're proven to reduce pain. And the great thing is, they're not even gonna take you that long. It'll take you 10 to 15 minutes. There's no BS fluff. It's just exactly what your body needs. But first, let's talk about why stretching isn't fixing your lower back pain. Stretching only tugs on tight tissue. And if your joints and muscles are stiff, you're not actually fixing the problem. You're just putting a Band-Aid solution over it. And for office workers, the real issue isn't tightness, it's lack of movement. Your hips get locked, your spine gets stuck in flexion, and your core shuts off. That's why the pain returns after every meeting you have, after every commute that you have, and after every work day. And the real solution, you need to retrain your body to make sure it moves the way that it's supposed to move. And that's exactly what you're gonna learn with these 5 foundational movements. Before jumping into these 5 movements, the order of these movements matter. Most people will find random stretches or random exercises online and they will aimlessly follow them without any structure or without knowing why they're doing these exercises or stretches. But your body doesn't work that way. It doesn't work in random. It needs a sequence. And this 5 movement sequence follows a specific flow. First, we're going to unlock the stiff joints. Second, we're going to restore healthy movement patterns. And then we're going to lock in strength so that lower back pain doesn't come back. First movement we're going to start off with is the 90-90 hip rotation. This is the very first movement because back pain usually starts with inactive hips. Constantly sitting and being in a flex position, your hips will lose its ability to internally and externally rotate. And when your hips aren't moving, or if they become weak, your lower back has to work harder. This movement will restore the internal and external rotation of the hip, the exact motions that collapse when you're sitting for long periods. This movement will wake up your internal and external rotators of the hip, and this will improve your mobility and therefore will help reduce lower back pain. And not only will this movement improve lower back pain and hip mobility, but it will also help with knee health and ankle health as well. So to start, you want to aim for doing 10 reps a side and holding the end range of motion for about 2 seconds. Remember that your focus is on control and feeling the internal and external rotation of your hip. There's no need to jam your hips. There's no need to force any of these movements. Just make sure that you feel every single movement. And to progress this movement, you can add reps, you can slow down the tempo, or you can even hold the end range for 10 to 15, 20 seconds, whatever you want. Our second movement is the Mackenzie press up. So when you're sitting for long periods of time, your spine is going to be stuck in a state of flexion. And if this isn't addressed, that may cause the discs in your lower back to push out, putting pressure on the nerve and causing some sciatic symptoms or even causing some numbness or shooting down the leg. With this movement, it's going to gently reintroduce the extension back into the spine, which will decompress the lower back and take pressure off the nerve if you're having any of those sciatic issues. This movement is especially powerful if you're having those sciatic issues or if you have any of that deep pain in your lower back or deep pain in your hips. You'll want to start off with 1 set of 10 full controlled reps. And when you get to the top of the movement, make sure that you're exhaling so you get the full decompression in the lower back. And eventually you'll want to build up to 3 sets of 10 reps and you can rest between 30 to 60 seconds. And you want to keep in mind that this movement is repetition based and you don't need to force anything, you don't need to jam anything, and you don't need to go past the pain. Third exercise is a wall hip hinge. If you're having any pain when bending forward to pick your kids up or bending down to tie your shoes or pick something up off the ground, it's usually because you're bending from the back and not from your hips. If you round your spine every single time you bend down, it's going to put a lot of pressure in the lower back and it's going to cause that disc to push back and put pressure on the nerve, which can cause those sciatic issues going down the leg. The wall hip hinge will retrain your body how to properly use your hips and how to control your hips so that when you're bending forward, you're not using your back and you're loading your glutes and your hamstrings. This is the foundation to safe bending. And if you can't hinge properly, every time you bend forward to pick up your kids, to tie your shoes, or to pick something up off the ground, you will get that pain going down your leg. So you want to start off with just doing 1 set of 5 to 10 reps. And you really want to focus on just pushing your hips back and making sure your butt touches the wall and not bend or do anything from the spine. And when you find that 10 reps is easy, you can progress to doing 3 sets of 10 reps, or you can also do more reps if you feel like you need to. And once you find that the wall hinge is easy and that you've mastered the hinge, you can start to do Romanian deadlifts. So movement 4. Now that your spine and your hips can move, it's time to stabilize the core. The bird dog trains your body and core to resist rotation, which is what protects your spine from random twisting and collapsing under pressure. It will also help the mind-body connection between your arms and your legs, which is also critical for walking, lifting, and even sitting upright with good posture. If you work at a desk, this is a non-negotiable. It rewires your stability without any equipment, and it forces control and not compensation. You'll want to start off with 5 reps each side with a 10-second hold for every rep. And to progress this, you can add another set, you can add another rep, or you can also think about drawing a square with your arm, which will encourage more stability. And remember that the goal of this core stability drill is stability and full control of your arms and legs. You don't need to be jamming your legs or your arms, and you definitely don't want to be compromising the spine when doing this exercise. There's no need to focus on any of the speed. You just need to focus on control. And now the last piece of this 5 movement flow is going to be for lateral stability. And this is the missing link, especially in office workers. Side planks turn the glute medius and the obliques, which are the muscles that stabilize your pelvis and prevent you from collapsing side to side. And if you ever feel like you're unstable when you're walking, or you get pain when you're standing on one leg, this movement will help you out tremendously. You can start off with bent knees, lifting and extending your hip for 10-second holds. And when doing this exercise, you want to think about extending the hips instead of bending the spine sideways. This will ensure that you're turning on the hips and engaging the obliques, and hold it for about 10 seconds. And when you find that it's easier, you can slowly build up to 20, 30-second holds. And when you find that is easy, you can add more reps, or you can even straighten out the leg to give you more of a challenge. And just a reminder that you want to keep your body completely straight and stacked when doing this movement, because otherwise you may be compromising the spine and you may be compromising the shoulders and not doing this exercise properly. And you also want to focus on time instead of the reps. It's better to have one quality rep of 10 seconds than have 2 or 3 crappy reps of 20 to 30 seconds. This is the 5 movement system that fixes what sitting breaks. And this is in the exact order of what your body needs. You're not randomly stretching, you're not randomly guessing, you're rebuilding how your body moves one layer at a time. And if you do this routine consistently, you don't even need to be perfect. If you just do this consistently, your body will change. You'll wake up without that achy back. You'll move better. You'll have better focus and produce better at work. And most of all, your quality of life will just get better. And if you want this full routine laid out for you step by step, I made a PDF exactly for that. You'll get the tips and you'll get the progressions. All you need to do is click the link in the description, and there will be a downloadable copy just for you. And this is the exact same system that I use with my in-person clients, and now it's yours. Let me know in the comments what movement gives you the most relief, and if there is anything else that you want to have covered on this channel. I will personally look at every comment to make sure that we cover them in future videos. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.